This is banging. Hi guys, I'm Winnie Brenty. Welcome to my channel. If this is the first time that you're watching a video of mine, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so that you're notified every single time that I upload. If you are an oldie and you returned to see my face and to hear what I've got to say, thank you so much for the continuous love and support. I appreciate you. Now, today's video, as you can see by the title, I'm going to talk about CBT. If you're an oldie, then you would know that I actually did do a video on this late last year. However, at some point this year, I think a couple months ago, when I was looking back on my videos and stuff, I deleted a bunch of my old videos, and I think the CBT one was also one of the videos that I deleted. I do feel like the video that I did create in regards to CBT last year was very long-winded. It was unnecessarily long. I think it was almost 30 minutes, and I just feel like I was rambling. I want to keep this video as short and concise as possible. Plus, this is a whole year later, so I'll be able to summarize things much better. So I'm gonna start off by basically reading what CBT is via the NHS website, because it was via the NHS website that I managed to book for a therapist to talk to me and all of that good stuff. So it says cognitive behavioral therapy, known as CBT, is a talking therapy that can help you manage your problems by changing the way you think and behave. It's most commonly used to treat anxiety and depression, but can be useful for other mental and physical health problems. How CBT works. CBT is based on a concept that your thoughts, feelings, physical sensations, and actions are interconnected, and that negative thoughts and feelings can trap you in a vicious cycle. CBT aims to help you deal with overwhelming problems in a more positive way by breaking them down into smaller parts. You're shown how to change these negative patterns to improve the way you feel. Unlike some other talking treatments, CBT deals with your current problems rather than focusing on issues from your past. It looks for practical ways to improve your state of mind on a daily basis. Now, there's a long list on the website as to the various types of people or disorders that CBT can be used for. So, for example, there's bulimia, phobias, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder. People also use it for things such as insomnia and alcohol misuse. So yeah, I'm not going to read everything on the website. I will link the website in the description section below, so that if you want to click on it and you want to read more about it, you can do that. I know that I have a variety of viewers that watch me. However, when I'm talking about how to book it and other things, I'm predominantly talking about London, because I live in London. I don't know how it works in other countries and stuff like that, so please do don't know what's going on with my voice there, so please do keep that in mind. I discovered about CBT via my close male friend last year. So he had done sessions, he completed sessions, and he basically told me about it. At the time, I was feeling really low, experiencing a lot of anxiety, depression, and all of that. And he let me know about CBT, gave me a link to the website and stuff, and I basically read into it, and I thought, you know what, that sounds like something that could be really beneficial to me. Also, it's free as well. At the time, I think I was working, but it wasn't often. It was like a 0-hour contract type of thing, so money was really low, really tight. Things were happening, I just wasn't in the correct headspace. So what I did was I filled a little application online, and then I think within about a week or two, I can't remember if I received a text or an email to basically schedule a telephone call with an actual therapist. So once that was scheduled, I had a date and I had a time. I remember on that day, it was in the morning at 11 AM, I remember. I basically opted to go for a walk just to kind of clear my head, because my mind was just really in a dark place at the time. So outside, and this therapist called me, and he basically just went over things I had said in my application. So we had a conversation, you know, spoke about the past, like me growing up, certain things that happened, like different things that have led up to me feeling this way, basically, is what we spoke about. And then I think after we had our conversation, which lasted for about an hour, it was a pretty long conversation, he basically said that he would get back to me via email in regards to when I could start my sessions. So that's basically how it worked. I feel like personally that the whole kind of process to getting the actual sessions, I felt ran relatively smoothly. I did appreciate the fact that we had a long conversation in regards to my issues, why I was feeling certain ways. And you know, the therapist asked me a lot of questions, but obviously you're not forced to disclose anything that you don't want to disclose. They do kind of ask, like, do you mind if I ask you this? Do you mind if we talk about that? So that really helped. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I do feel like when it comes to things like depression and other kind of mental health issues, when you come from an African household, I do feel like there is limited understanding from certain families, especially within the Black community, in regards to that. I do feel like we are living in a day and age where there's more awareness, but there is a lot of ignorance. So when I was going through my low moments and stuff, I felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to per se. So for me, it was, I'm not gonna lie, I felt really weird having to open up to a complete stranger and chat my business to a complete stranger. But after that phone call, I did actually feel like a weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. So yeah, in regards to the sessions, I think the sessions happened probably about 2 weeks or so after that phone call. I think with CBT you can do roughly between 5 to 20 sessions, and it normally varies. You could do it once or twice a week. I actually had my sessions once every week, and I only had about 4 or 5 sessions. Now in the sessions, what I found was my sessions lasted roughly about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and literally it focuses on what's going on now. Now, while that was really helpful, I do feel like that was really beneficial to a lot of things. I do feel like one of the cons, I guess you could say, of CBT is it focuses on now. How are you behaving? How are you reacting? How are you thinking? How are you feeling about what's going on in your life right now? So if, like myself, there was a lot of things from your past that was kind of triggering and seeping into your present, you might not find it entirely useful, but certain elements of how you deal with things going forward, you definitely will find that useful. But if it's a thing where you want to talk to a therapist and you want to, you know, talk about things in the past, it could be childhood trauma, it could be abuse and stuff like that from the past, I don't think that CBT will necessarily be able to help you entirely per se. I think you would need some form of counselling or talking to a professional where you can unpack everything that you have been through. In regards to the sessions, one thing that I did like is we would talk about how I'm feeling. We would talk about maybe certain things that annoy me. So it could be, I don't know, maybe a family member has done something that has annoyed me, and then it's like, okay, why did it make you feel that way? Like, how did it make you feel? How do you plan on making sure that it doesn't trigger you going forward? What ways can you take? Those are the kind of things that you deal with in CBT. Another thing that I found really useful in regards to CBT was you are given homework. So it's not like extensive homework that's gonna take you ages for you to complete. No, it's just certain exercises. So like, for example, I remember there was an exercise where it was like, okay, what has happened to make you feel low? Then it's like, why did it make you feel low? Then it was like, okay, so what can you do in order for it to not impact you going forward? It's very much about that whole thing of your thoughts and your feelings all being interconnected, which I sincerely do believe. I'm quite a spiritual person. I definitely do believe that your thoughts and feelings, amongst other things, are all connected. So that's one thing that I did value very much about CBT. Also in regards to CBT as well, it's something that when you do it, so let's just say you're experiencing low moods, and you know, people experience low moods for different reasons, so I can't sit here and be like pinpoint every single low mood there is. But let's just say you are experiencing low moods. Maybe you can't be bothered to go out, maybe you don't want to communicate with people, maybe you've just shut yourself out from the world completely, maybe you are dating people that you shouldn't be dating, and they're not good for your mental health, stuff like that. Like obviously at the time when I was doing CBT as well, I was in communication with people that obviously, now that I'm in a better headspace, I know I shouldn't have been in communication with, because they were very toxic. They make you feel small, like you're not worthy, like you've always got to continuously prove yourself to them, and anything that you do is not good enough, stuff like that. And whilst I was obviously entertaining people like that, and I was doing CBT, in exercises that I was given where it's like, okay, so what's happened today or what's happened this week that's triggered you, I will talk about these things. And essentially when I would meet up with my therapist as well, we would have conversations about these things, and my therapist would be like, well, why do you talk to this person? Because if this person is disrespecting you and they're not adding any kind of value or happiness to your life, why do you talk to this individual? It really does make you think. And you know what, sometimes in life certain things can be really simple in a grand scheme of things, like, you know, you're talking to somebody that makes you feel like shit, so you shouldn't be talking to them. Yeah, in hindsight, when you put it like that, it's very simple. But when you are in situations and you are being mentally manipulated, or your headspace is just not where it should be, clear things aren't clear anymore. So talking to a professional really does help. It was very important for me to redo this video at this point of my life, because I am at a stage where it's really important to me that I can share certain experiences. When I'm going through certain things, I may not want to talk about it as I'm going through it, but obviously after a while I'm more than happy to talk about these things. I want it to be a thing where people watch my videos and you take something from my video, or you learn something, whether it is a new makeup tip, whether it is, you know, you just want to escape from your life for a bit and you just want to hear me just ramble about something, or whether I'm talking about serious life issues, which I do plan on doing from time to time. So yeah, I definitely would recommend CBT if you want to change the way that you view, think, feel about yourself, and you really want to make positive adjustments to your life. The cons, like I said, of CBT is literally that CBT is about the present moment. It doesn't dive deep into your past. I did get to talk about certain things that were triggering me in my past. My therapist was more than happy to listen to it. However, when it came to exercises that we had to do, as in homework that we had to do, it didn't dive into that. So I feel like in regards to certain things that were triggering me from the past, we just scratched the surface a little bit, but we didn't dive deep. So if you're somebody that needs that kind of deep focus on things in your past, I wouldn't say that CBT heavily covers that. However, like I said, how you do things going forward is what CBT does help with. And in regards to me, I feel like doing CBT was one of the best things that I've ever done. Honestly, like, it really was one of the best things that I ever done. The fact that it's free, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. But with CBT, it really helped me understand certain things. Obviously, the thing about depression and anxiety that people don't realize, it's not something that you just like say that, oh, you beat it and that's the end. There are going to be times when you might slowly fall back into depression, and doing, for example, CBT, you will be more aware and conscious of certain things. So for example, one of my things when I was going through depression is when people would ring me, I would literally watch my phone ring out, like, and I wouldn't get back to people. I just completely shut myself off, and there were certain days when I'd just be in bed all day just doing fuck all, basically. So obviously if it's a thing where it was to happen now, obviously if it's just a one-off and, you know, I've had a long week and I'm tired and I want to be in bed all day, that's fine. But if it's a continuous thing, then I now know, oh no, Winnie, you're falling into a certain state that you need to basically get out of. And also I feel like CBT as well has really helped improve the quality of my friendships and relationships with other people. I feel like before I used to feel some type of way about being expressive in regards to how I feel or how I'm thinking about something. Now I'm a really expressive person, so if I'm angry or upset about something, or if I'm happy, I express it regardless of how someone else may perceive me. I don't focus on how that person's perceiving me, because I just see it as it's something I need to express, it's something I need to get off my chest, rather than keeping everything within me. And even when it comes to things like, obviously you guys know that at present I'm in a relationship, but before I even got into the relationship that I'm in and now, CBT really helped me realize what I wouldn't tolerate further, because I had been tolerating so much nonsense in the past, and it was like, why am I tolerating this? What is the reason behind this? It really makes you think, and it just makes you feel better about yourself more. Because obviously, like I said, for example, when I was feeling depressed and low, sometimes I would just be in bed all the time. I wouldn't want to go out. I would watch my phone ring out. If I had plans with people, I would cancel it to literally do fuck all the time. It's not like, you know, sometimes you've been working your 9 to 5 all week, and then there's a motive on a Saturday and you're just really tired, and then you cancel. No, it's not like that. It was just like a continuous thing where I was always cancelling out on people. But with CBT, having conversations with my therapist, doing the exercises, it brought to light that this is what I've been doing. I've been ignoring people. I've been watching my phone ring out and not calling people back. I haven't been making time for loved ones that have been reaching out to me and wanting to link up. So in turn, it actually helped to improve my social life as well, because after doing CBT, I started doing things like going out with my best friends more. We would go to day parties and brunch parties, and I'd make time to see friends that I hadn't seen in a very long time. It's just really improved my quality of life. So I just felt that it was really important for me to make this video right now, just in case maybe there is somebody watching this, and you might even be in another country, but maybe CBT is available for you, but you may not be aware of it. It's something that you can now jump on Google and look for, and it could help you out. It could actually potentially save you, because I had some real crazy thoughts at some point, some real crazy thoughts. And I'm happy to say that, you know, at times I may not always be happy. There are times when I do feel sad and I do feel like I'm not where I want to be in life. But like, with the help of CBT, I definitely know that it's just temporary, and sometimes a situation isn't what it is. It's your thoughts and how you feel towards that situation that makes it seem worse than it actually is. So just try and keep an open mind. If you are feeling low or anything like that, definitely, like, an advice that I would give to you, if for example you can't speak to a therapist or you can't do CBT, is confide in somebody that you trust, somebody that you know that you can talk to, and they're not going to laugh at you, they're not going to belittle you, they're not going to make it about themselves. Do you know what I mean? I feel like being able to talk to somebody when you are feeling down is very important. And also, if you are that friend or you are that family member, maybe you've noticed that somebody close to you is acting a little bit off key, just check in on them. I feel like we're living in a society where, especially on Twitter, I tend to see this a lot, where people are like, oh, you know, if I've got a friend and they're not checking in on me, then F them, I'm not checking in on them. But you don't know what people are going through. It could be that that person hasn't contacted you because they are battling suicidal thoughts right now, and the thing is, you won't know because you haven't attempted to reach out to the person. Sometimes all someone needs is to know that if you ever need something or you ever want to talk, I'm there for you, literally.